So we're out of the rough lockdown, but I still haven't got a haircut. But I have been to the gym, so I have actually left the house for once. Hey guys, and welcome back to episode 8 of season number, is it 9? It's 8. It's 8 of the Grimsby Town to Glory FIFA 21 career mode, and I just completely had a mind fart, as I usually do at the start of these episodes, as we are starting it off on a bit of a rough patch as well. Yes, the league position looks great. If you haven't watched this series before, you'll be saying that looks magnificent, but the way we've gone on in the first 15 games compared to the last 4, there's a big change there, which we need to try and sort out as we have games today. Also, the manager rating is terrible, as we have Everton first at home. Don't know if that's going to be played or simmed, because we had a good fixture against them earlier on in the month. Same with Man United, but I am going to play that away at Old Trafford. Followed up by MK Dons in the Cup, and then Watford, and then maybe West Brom if we get onto that. And also, you might notice, we're into the transfer window. Wahey! But then I turn to this page, and you see how much money we have. Yes, we have just 5 million, which is great if we're in the lower leagues, but not for the league we're in right now, as I do have some options as well in the transfer hub for players to come in when players maybe leave. But of course, we can't afford any first teamers right now because of the money. It's all up in the air a little bit right now, as if we get any bids, of course, I've got replacements in mind, but I aren't going to show you them unless I need to sign them, as we'll move on to Everton first. And we might as well play this one, because I don't think I want to play MK Dons, as we are playing on the Sunday, Boxing Day as well, which it looks like many teams are doing, because no one else has played beforehand, as I don't know. I think I'm going to actually go with this team, although it is a bit of a squeeze. With Dino in the goal, Frances, Rodon, Fry and Kelly. That's not what I'm concerned about. Their energy should be fine. With Cantwell, Vencedor, Pope and Brooks, Nemetcha, but I am concerned about Harper. I want to get his fitness up, but then also I know he's just recovering from an injury, and I know he's a bit tired as well, but he's just such a good striker. At least he's not -2 this game, he's only -1, and I think we do need him. Going to test him out, and hopefully he can score some goals on his big return against the team, unlike Tottenham, who I think we should beat. And let's have a look at the Everton team. Of course, I spoiled the last result right there, with Samba in the goal, Dara O'Shea, Achini, Musco Vieira and Middlestadt, with Tielemans, Adrian. Now moving into the midfield, and Neves with Under, David and Grealish. I'd say defensively, I'd say they look a bit weaker, because I haven't heard of those players, and they do look like regens, although last time out we did score 4, so maybe that's the reason they're changing it. And attacking wise, I'd definitely say they've strengthened. Ruben Neves on the field, and of course, Jackie Grealish. Going to be a bit of a challenge in my opinion, as 3 minutes in. Frances with the ball right here though, into Brooks, who had a magnificent episode last time out. The only word to describe him, as Harper has the ball in the middle here in a bit of a daze, but gives it to Vencedor. Now onto Nemetcha. We're moving forward ever so slightly. It's Harper back on the ball. Can he turn in? He does, but tackled. And Harper right here. It's been a bit of a calm couple of minutes to start off this game with, as Rodon has the ball right here, finds a gap in the middle field to Pope, and it's just like a training game, I think, for us, as that's a great whipped-in ball, and Harper does score first. I honestly didn't expect that to happen. Nothing happened in the first 12 minutes, but then on the 14th, or the 13th, whatever minute it went in, Harper just leaps at the back post, at the back of his man as well, so it's really hard to get around him to score the goal as well. That's poor defending and poor goalkeeping really, but I guess he did see it late because it was close in, and that is a direct and good header. Thoroughly enjoyed seeing that one sink into the back of the net. At least we're not behind early on against Everton like we were in the last game, but Nemetcha, with more touches like that we might be. He's dropped off a little bit since his honeymoon start, as that's into David, and it could cost us, you know. Frances to curl it away, and I thought they'd give advantage for them, but obviously not. Must have been ours somehow, and Nemetcha's got away with one, as can Harper get away right here? Don't think he has the pace for it. However, there's a ball through right here to Jonathan David, and a hook round right there as he stayed down. The really good striker for them, the Canadian, as Neves in the middle to Under. Danger not away, just stand him up as he's cut right in there. And I knew he'd score. That is terrible defending from Joe Rodon. Oh my days. Cengiz Under with an instant reply for the Toffees, as look at this. All I wanted to do was stand him up. I stayed away from him. I dived in, and the drag back just sent me, and Dino was never saving that. One-on-one from that range when he's coming off his line is just a death trap, and he's fallen straight into it. Not great to get them replying straight away. It's like what we usually do to them, as that's a pass off to Yuri Tielemans as well. I mean, we are on bad form, so probably affecting the boys even more how we've conceded that goal. As Ventador, though, on the charge, can always rely on the Spaniard to try and get us forward, as that's meant for Brooks, but it's gone through to Harper instead, and Harper has a run on there, and he can shoot as he scores. Brilliant work from the Spanish playmaker in CDM to give it to Harper, and he gets his second. A bit tired? No problemo with this guy. He's just been a beast at the start, and it's goal after goal after goal. It is literally raining at Blundell Park for goals, and he's got 2. How fitting is that, eh? To have 2 goals on your second game back, eh? All the 2s, as we give it into Todd Cantwell right now, into Vencedor. He needs to try and turn out and does well. Pope, as it's down the line to Nemecha. Brooks, this one's meant for him and actually reached him this time, as Harper's at the back post again for a hat-trick. Oh, and it's just wide. Good header, but just off target. Almost a carbon copy of the first goal, but I'll definitely take how we're playing right now. Look at that. Lofted ball straight to Brooks. His passing is spectacular today, and his crossing is as well. But we couldn't get a crossing right there. I will take the corner anyway, as can we make it 3-1 before half-time and possibly kill the game off? Definitely the team talks, as he's just wide again from Harper. His heading, I mean, accuracy is a bit off, but the ability to get to it is phenomenal, and he has literally painted the way in this game for us to get a victory if we can keep it this way. 2-1. Going into the second half. And Brooks straight away on the ball as well, as he does a little sidestep there. Gives it to Vencedor. Around the corner to Nemecha now, as Julian Brandt's gone to United. That's a good signing, you know. We had him at Dortmund. He was brilliant, but can't focus on him as Cantwell's charging forward. Gives it back into Vencedor. Already an assist and a good shot through bodies, but a good save as well. Carrying this second half off how we finished the first, as Rodon with a good header there. It was at fault for the goal. He's probably going to try and make up for it, as Harper gives it to Vencedor. The partnership they have is magnificent, as that just couldn't reach Nemecha. But it's on to Brooks, who loves a whipped-in ball today, and he is improving his David Brooks. I'll give him it. He spent a long time out with an injury, so maybe he's back on his feet for once, as Frances with a great drill into the box as well. Onto Harper, skill passing to Pope, back to Harper, touch away, might as well just try it, and never was going in. Jonathan David right now gives a pass over to Tielemans, into Sergis Under now, and it's a good ball, that one. Jack Grealish with the first attack since their goal for Everton. Every time they come forward, which is very rare, they look like they're going to threaten, as we need to try and kill this game off quicker or sooner rather than later. As Adrianan running forward gives it to David. They're going to play the return ball. Slid in to try and block it off a little bit, but of course didn't get to it. As Sergis Under, the goal scorer, with just under 20 minutes, drilling his way into the box, gives it into Jonathan David, who we need to watch with a keen eye, as Neves stings the legs. If that's a mitre ball, he might be dead of Dale Fry, as Pope with the first time ball over the top is trying a lot of chips, and he might get on it, Harper, but just doesn't. Just beaten to it, as this is a good ball as well. 10 minutes to go, as Jack Grealish has it now out wide. He's going to try, is he? No? Thought we were going to try and pass it in the middle, but doesn't, as Frances gets a tackling. On to Rodon. Now on to Brandon Pope, who's run straight into Adrianan, and they're going to come at us again. That is a terrible place to give it away. They've given it back to Grealish here, and it's a great block. Everton want some reward on Boxing Day right here. They are scrapping for it, as Nemecha now has the run of Todd Cantwell. And can we kill it off right here? Harper hat-trick potentially, but it's going towards Brooks and doesn't meet him, as it's going to fall to Grealish again. Please, man. I can't handle him running at us. I definitely can't handle a late goal like the Sporting Lisbon game in the last episode, as that's a great tackle from Kelly, though. Just 4 minutes to go. I'm going to try and run it forward with the left back. He had a good outing last time out. Can't forget him, as Harper now turns out, gives it into Pope. Nemecha, everyone flooding forward. The one to goal late on, as Pope's deserved one. Brooks has as well, as it's gone to Brooks. Back post, Nemecha's waiting, can't reach him. Pope touches it into the keeper's grasp. And that is a brilliant move, but doesn't result in a goal, as please, referee, don't let them have the attack. And he doesn't. It's a scraped win against Everton here at Blundell Park on Boxing Day to make it happy and festive for all the Grimsby Town fans. But can it be a good New Year's Eve as well? Of course, Manchester United then. We have managed to beat the out-of-form Everton this season, as I think they'll sink to like 15th with that one, as I can't think about them at the moment. Ancelotti's probably gone, as we are hopefully going up a little bit more. Spurs, I think, drew, or were they already 1 point above us? I think there were 2 points, or 3, so maybe they drew, maybe they didn't, maybe I'm imagining things, as we have Man United next to a 7th. We checked at the end of last episode, they are 7th, just behind Arsenal and just above Liverpool. Sandwich right there. And I think Wolves are trying to gain some speed on them. So let's help out the pack and Raul Garcia by sinking the Red Devils. Already done it once this season, as Balogun wants to play as well. He wants to start. I mean, he did start in the last game against them. I don't recall him scoring though. And of course, Harper now gone back up to 88 rated. Still a little bit tired, but come on. He's the beast at the moment, and there's no rest in him. So Henderson's back in goal against his former club. Frances, Rodon, Fry and Kelly at the defence again. Cantwell, Vencedor, Pope and Brooks, who was magnificent with his assist. Nemecha fell off a little bit, but still decent. And Harper up front again. 96 pace, 90 shooting. He proved it in the last game, and he's going to prove it again. I have faith. As it looks like a really bad end to the year at United in Manchester, as the rain's falling down. Their team tired as well. What can we do? And what does the team look like? That's more important. Lafont in the goal again. Wan-Bissaka's back in. Tomasi, Upamecano and Tavares. Bit of change there with Baluta and Lima. Sorrow, Odegaard and Marcus Rashford with Evanilson up front. I don't know why they play him. I completely prefer Fernandes. He scored straight away off the bench against us, of course, as Brandt, the cam, who I rated highly in my Dortmund save, and said in the last game when I saw it, of course, pop up at the top of the screen, is going to be a trouble on the bench. Come on, we've done them a couple of times at Blundell Park as well. They are not the bee's knees anymore, Man United. I hate to say it, Ollie's rebuild job in this save has completely failed, as it's Nemecha straight away on the ball, charging forward for us. He's got Cantwell around him, but Wan-Bissaka back in the team, he could cause a surprise. As it is Sorrow as well. Don't know anything about this guy. Gives a ball into Odegaard. Martin Odegaard back out wide to Sorrow. He's charging right at us. Got a pass into Evanilson. Can he make me eat my words? Done well to keep the ball, but Dale Fry does get the tackle in, even though it was behind him. Great work as Cantwell now to get us forward. Gives the ball to Harper. Wan-Bissaka shaken off as well from Raheem, or William. Always get the name wrong. As we're going to just step back as well. Give it into Nemecha. Now into Cantwell. Back into William Harper. Nemecha making a bit of a move, but he's going to take space for Harper to shoot, and a good save. First blood in the shooting front for us, as we're going to put this into the box. Upamecano just peer over him. The 90 rated can't win it, but we can't get it in the net. And Kelly now, the left back, gives the ball right round to Todd Cantwell. It looks like that Evanilson's down, which is a bad thing for us. I don't like playing, but this could be a good thing. It's Harper. Turns out, I don't think he's played against United before, and he's definitely having fun, as Lafont is as well, though. What a stop. As we're going to try and get this on his head again. He's got a power header. Can he get another one? No, but it's only as far as Brooks, who's going to pass that into Dale Fry. I meant for a 1-2 as it went to Pope. And I'm delighted with the way we've started this game, really. Yes, they're going to get the chances, but we have been really good, as I think it was Beltuse. Maybe it was someone else who got injured. I think Sorrow, maybe, if he's not on the field already, is Odegaard with skill. And he's missed the target. Didn't expect him to miss that. Very, very open game. As now it's Rodon. Gives the ball into David Brooks. And can he try and step in? No, he's going to step back out and going to give it back to Brandon Pope instead, who's going to give it to Nemecha. Nemecha to the side in Vencedor. Now we've got Harper through the middle, who needs to find a man again. Into Pope. Nemecha making the run around, and it's just not falling. One more pass. Just one more pass like we had against Everton. One pass through. And we've scored. However, you can say the same for United, as it's Conrad Lima in the middle to Rashford, steps away. But of course, we get a beautiful tackle in as Dale Fry's booked for some reason. I'm sure referees give yellow cards for nothing in this game. Just give them for every single thing. As Cantwell, though, has a run on here. Brooks at the back post. I don't think Nemecha's winning the header, so we're going to cut inside. And Cantwell with the shot. Needs to work his right foot a bit more. Definitely some training to do in pre-season, or not even pre-season, just a training ground to try and improve his shooting, Todd Cantwell. I might have to get him on right foot duties with, you know, the training thing. I haven't used that in a while because all the players have been on the best drills continuously, as it's showing that they're actually getting better. Can we actually prove it right here with a good ball? Todd Cantwell, that's on his right foot as well. There's Brooks with good control, a good touch as well. Can he get a good cross in? Nuno Tavares, though, with the block. Who's his brother gone to? I think it's Spurs, aren't they? He's gone to Spurs. He's gone for the big leagues and the big money. Of course, now the higher in the table as Ventador here. Can we score a wonder goal? Just went for it before half-time, but not going to work out, I don't think, as Odegaard right now touches it down to Sorrow. I think it's going to be game done and dusted, or half done and dusted, although they're on an attack. And Kelly's wrong side of Sorrow, but that is a terrible pass. Back to Dino, trying to hoof it up the field, and it is 0-0 at half-time. Definitely had the chances, definitely still in this game, and definitely, in my opinion, favourites to win it. Just got to stay consistent. Here's Marcus Rashford, gives the ball into Conrad Lima, into Evanilson now, and Odegaard. No, we can't concede. Evanilson's going to try and make me eat my words, but Dale Fry, even though on a yellow for nothing, is still performing, as Nemecha's even got a run on here. Look at this counter-attack. Get that over the top to Harper. Please don't beat into it. Tavares, has he got a touch on it? Still going to try and hoof it, hoping for a handball, and nothing, of course, clipping Upamecano. It's just not coming our way. I thought we were going to be behind, though, for a moment right there, of course, with that little shot from, I can't remember who from, because I'm focused on getting this ball in. And Harper ran past the ball. Don't leave Nemecha to head it. That's my bad, really, as Rashford now gives it back into Conrad Lima, onto Evanilson. As we've run straight past him. What am I doing right there? Evanilson back on it. Now out to Bellut, who gives it back to Deo Upamecano, trying to shut this option down. But they're playing it around us like mad, as United definitely coming into their element a little bit at Old Trafford. I feel like it is a game of fatigued teams, though. Definitely that might be playing a factor on the way the result might be off to a 0-0, because of course, look at this, we just haven't got the pace to get to it. Both just a little bit off it with passes and running. So yeah, I'm going to put this down to fitness, although I don't want to lose it, so I take two men out in one. It's like a game of bowling, that one. As Wan-Bissaka, though, I said he can do something good. He gives it back to Sorrow, who gives it into Bellut. Don't lose the game. If we're going to draw it, draw it. I don't care about the win, just don't lose it. As Lima around the corner to Evanilson. Dale Fry, man of the match now. As Evanilson's gone off injured for good this time. I think Rodon's got a yellow card as well. That's bad, having two suspended, or booked, should I say. I don't think I got red cards on my centre-backs. As, come on, let's try and get it forward, shall we? Dale Fry's work, let's make it notice. As Frances, the right-back, running down the line, into Nemecha. Now on to Brandon Pope. Of course, I can play all these boys without making a sub, because I'm not going to really play them all against MK Dons, the lower team. As Evanilson, though, I thought he got injured. He had a cross next to his name, and Dale Fry again, though, making the interception. Might have earned us a draw. As we've still got the ball with Pope, though, a chance to go forward as Brooks now get that round to Harper. It's a bit of a dodgy ball, but he is going to keep that in. Give it back to Brooks, into Nemecha. Pope, make a run, but give it back, and I completely lost track of time. I thought we had like 5 minutes left. 5 to 10 minutes left, but no. It's a 0-0 draw at Old Trafford with United. When the teams are tired, I'll kind of take that. Hope other teams will drop points, of course, as it's a good result on paper, but not for our position. But seeing a scoreline right there has made me a bit, well, should I say happy? I don't know. Chelsea have beaten Spurs 2-1, who are above us, but then I think Chelsea jump above us as well, so we should be 4th in the league, but closer to Tottenham and Chelsea. I think we're all on equal points, if I'm right. Maybe all on 41. If I'm thinking straight, but I don't know. As Balogun's disappointed to be left out, he's definitely going to play against MK Dons right now, I think. And Joe Rodon's honest about replacement. I mean, you are getting booked a lot. I do think you're good quality, but got to be careful. Otherwise, I might actually consider it. As let's have a look at the league position. Going into January, of course, now, so maybe some bids come flying our way. As MK Dons, League 1, I'd guess. If nothing's changed, I think they'll still be in League 1. As Premier League, though, where are we? We are actually up to 2nd, 44 points. Chelsea was still a lot of points behind us. Of course, City have a bigger lead at the top now by 5 points. Even if we beat them, which is kind of impossible in this career, we still won't be above them. As yes, I'll take 2nd. Don't know if the goal difference is going to be good enough anyway to stay there. So we've got one player leave, which is a shame. Would have liked to play him in this game, but of course it's only a short-term loan, and that is, of course, Shane Galloway, a really good youth prospect. One of the bright sparks coming out of this year, as this is the team I'm going to play against MK Dons. Still should be strong enough if we don't win. Definitely questions to be asked, as Evans in the goal, Powell, Lewis, Chalobah in centre-back, and Jackson at left-back. Yes, they're all tired, but still, I'm going to play them with Barry Leach. McMillan's just come back from his injury. Doyle and Smith on the right-hand side with McNamee in, because Nemecha's very, very tired, and Balogun. Actually, on second thoughts, I am going to take McNamee out, though. I just want to be full strength. So Sasa Kalajic is going to play at cam, the big man. See if he can actually maybe get a place ahead of Nemecha, who's dropped off a little bit, but I think he will start the next game anyway, because Dowell's out for a long time. As can we get a win against the 5 at the back of Milton Keynes? It should be. It really, really should be. And is it going to be? It's a 1-1 draw, so we've got to have a replay against them. Okay. Bit of a shock, that one. I don't really want it. And I do want the FA Cup, so yeah, bit bamboozled. Back-to-back draws ain't really what I want, as this might be something I want. An offer from Hoffenheim for Florian Balogun. It's a good sum of money, 26.82 rated. I'm thinking we've got Sasa Kalajic, who I would like to get rid of more, but I think Sasa's like 20 mil less. And of course, is a good option for height. And Balogun, he's dropped off a little bit this year, and to sit him on the bench when he's always constantly asking to play might be a little unfair, so I'm going to negotiate it. I do also think the money is spectacular for him, so if we can get some, I'm not going to say no, as we'll offer 40 million. Maybe a bit too high, but worth a try. As are they going to pay that? No, there's a sell-on clause, which I just don't care about. I'm going to take that straight out, and I'll go for 37 next. Will that get paid? I think that's reasonable as well. Is it going to be 33.9? Right, we're getting somewhere. 35, and I will shake hands, and you can have Florian Balogun go to you. Is that we gonna? Okay, we're not. That's just stupid from that official. Just absolutely stupid how the representatives just walk out after that. So we're going to keep simming along for the next game. Leeds United have got a winner. Maybe they're staying in the Prem. Are we going to get any more bids? Looks like we might actually not. However, I've just said it, and we've got one. Villarreal, this time for Dan Smith, who I did say I was open to selling. And it is above his evaluation. He's 25, he's 79 rated. Might reach 82 at one point, but I'm not going to let him sit here on the bench to see the day. Let's take the money and run. We've got Barry Leach anyway. So Smithy, I think you've had a good run, but your time is unfortunately up. As I'm going to simulate this game, you know, against Watford, and I think I've actually got FA Cup fever now on the brain, so I think I might actually play MK Dons, then simulate West Brom to end the episode out. I really, really do, for some reason, want to play them. Actually, no, wait, we might not reach the West Brom. I'll leave them, Leicester and Villa, for the next episode, along with the second half of the window. As Alejandro Frances wants to play in this one, I will definitely let him, as the Hornets are the next team, I think, to travel to Blundell Park, unless it's at Vicarage. We'll go back to the starting 11, which you know and love, of course. Harper fully fit now against his former club. It is at Blundell Park, like I thought. They're in 16th, and can we get a win? We should. We definitely should. Please no other draw, as we have just, and it's Balogun, who should have left the club really, but has stayed and scored the winner off the bench. Maybe eat my transfer offer. Or not my offer, but the offer that came in for him. He's definitely made me eat my words on him being a bench player. He's come off it to prove that he might have to get some first team chances, and probably will against Milton Keynes Dons the second time around, which we're going to play. Also, Dan Smith leaving the club as well, so we might have a little bit of money to spend. Roughly about 20 million. Should be enough for a solid over 80 rated player, maybe, if we can actually get one in, as I've got a couple of them on the mind. But then again, we need to pay higher wages now with the position we're in, so call it about 17 mil. They'll want 100k. I just know what the teams are like, as this is the team, speaking of teams, that we're going to play for this game against MK Dons the second time round, with Evans in goal, Powell, Lewis, Chalobah and Jackson at the back, with Leach, McNamee, Doyle and Maloney on the wing. Sasa Kalajic as well in camp again, with Balogun supporting. And I do want the Calvary on the bench, though. I'm going to try and put them on because I want to win the FA Cup this season. I'm going to go for it. We're out of the Europa. We're doing okay in the Prem. Looks like top four's possibly already secured if nothing drops off. So let's try and get another trophy. And how ironic is it that MK Dons have a bigger stadium than us. Lee Nichols in goal for him, with Reagan Poole, Darren O'Hara, Jack Davis, Bailey Cargill and Sorriola. Cargill I tried to sign once, with Casamusu, Freeman, Fraser and Agard, with Seattle up front. I know he's like 76 rated. Got to watch out for him. It looks like they're actually maybe here to play. They kept the ball for 2 in-game minutes, which is very good for them. Now, I'm getting a bit too cocky actually, with Jackson now on the ball, into McNamee, round the corner to Kalajic. If we score, then I think I've got the right to be cocky, as Balogun opens the score in 5 minutes in. That's the way we want to go. If we get a lot of goals, which I've got faith we actually can do now. How we've broken through that early against 5 at the back. I'll stop replaying them, but that one's really good. Top bins. However, Kieran Agard with the ball around the corner as well. And they've just equalised. It's Koki with the goal. Koki Psycho, who's like 79 rated. It's another case of the Abubakar factor. Scores for Milton Keynes, and they have instantly replied. It's 1-1 like in the first leg, and that is a brilliant ball around the corner as well. Look at this. They are very, very quick when they actually have it. As look, straight into the bottom corner. Evans beaten. We might have a game on. Never mind a thrashing. I was really expecting to get the goals flowing, get the confidence a lot higher than it has been in recent weeks since the Europa League defeat and exit. As we've got Doyle now on the ball. Into Kalajic. Can we instantly get back into it? Balogun. Kalajic making a move, but he's still useless against Milton Keynes. As Trevor Chalobah, though, makes a tackle at centre-back. Gives him it now. Can he get another assist, though, maybe? As Balogun has it. Round the corner to David McNamee. No, that's Doyle. This is McNamee in cam. He needs to have a good performance. Not started off quite cracking. As Koki has another run on here ahead of Powell, but he does get back to make the tackle. On to Aaron Maloney. I don't think I've gone too weak with this team. It's just MK Dons are really stepping it up a little bit, as that's a good ball through to Kalajic, though. Can he get on it? He swings for it, and his own player hits the post. Oh my days, that were dangerous. I think we should have had a free kick against us, really, as well. We clipped his legs, as Kalajic, of course, just doesn't do anything from corners, even though he's 6'7". And we've got to try and play forward again. It's Trevor Chalobah now into McNamee around the corner to Balogun, and he can't pass. It's got a lot quieter recently in this game, and can we try and cause a couple of fireworks? It's Ben Jackson through the middle. Great pass on to Florian Balogun, who of course started the game off great, but he's just getting tackled every single time now. In game, he's not as good as he is in quick simulated games, which of course he scored the winner in the last one. As Kieran Agard gives it back to Reagan Poole, just not getting the ball off them when they have it. Very, very quick. Looks like they're stepping the game up when they come and play, of course, against the big teams, which I kind of did expect, really. I thought they'd do okay, but when we got the first goal, my mindset just changed. I thought, all right, we've got a thrashing, but not really, because they instantly replied as Lewis gets a great tackle in there, the centre-back, and really needed to, but not a great pass out. And Milton Keynes are going to be finishing the first half off the stronger team, as it's in the middle there again to Psycho, Koki Psycho, that is, who undoubtedly is their best player. However, Kalajic, can we get something before half-time? No, because he's absolutely terrible again. All I do is complain about the big man, but he warrants all the criticism. I'm going to make a change at half-time as well, because I am not happy with how this is going. I want to do well in the FA Cup, so here he comes. I'm going to put Harper straight on, straight swap for Balogun, hoping for just to kick up the arse. And McNamee right here gives it into Jackson. Can we have a good second half right here as Tommy Doyle has it into Kalajic? And come on, Harper, when you get going, you should just not be stopped by Milton Keynes defenders. Look at that, the pace already past him. Cuts inside, goes for a shot, he falls to Doyle, and he's rolled it in. That is League One quality goalkeeping and defending if I've ever seen it. Just a mistake, and Milton Keynes harshly done. I mean, I'll definitely take it. Tommy Doyle in the reserve team now after, of course, dropping out for Vencedor and proving he wants to play for his place in the squad. It's just drilled low. Defender couldn't get there. Keeper as well. And we have a goal to go in front. Just wishing for a couple more now as Maloney puts the ball in the middle to William Harper right here. Almost, said Raheem. Almost. As he's definitely made a change in this game. A breath of fresh air. As can he get this ball right here? He has. And he's facing the goal. He shouldn't miss. But he was on a tight angle and does miss, to be fair. As we have a corner ball, though. I'm going to try and get him on it, of course. Against Milton Keynes defenders, he should stand more of a chance, as it looks like it's going on his head. And is. But over the bar. And Fraser tackled right there from Tommy Doyle as Sporinla has the ball, gives it into Casemiru. I mean, it's definitely not over this game. MK Don's doing everything to try and get back in it, but that's a good tackle, and it's a good, well, should have been a good ball, but Raheem Harper did it again. William Harper just asked way too much of him right there from Sasa Kalajic. Honestly, not a good performance. Barry Leach right here gives the ball into Kalajic with a run at the side of him from McMillan. Looks to go over the top or maybe win a handball, which usually happens, but hasn't as Jackson. Can we actually kill this game off? They've done really well to keep Harper out in this game as well. All credit goes to MK Dons. Although they might be crashing out, they've earned a replay and of course been really good, but it could be killed off here by Jackson, the left back, and is. What a shot from Jackson. as that's it, game done and dusted. He, of course, is in the reserve team a lot more than usual, and he has proved he might actually have what it takes to get in the first team. Bang, straight into the top bins, just like Balogun's got before he came off, and we are in the hat for the next round. Got there in the end, as there is the final whistle. We have won 3-1 against MK Dons. They did put up a challenge though, so respect, full respect to them. But we're going through. And I do wonder if there were any giant killings, as it should show us the FA Cup right now. I don't think it shows us who we've got next, but it might after the West Brom game, which we are going to sim up to. And no, it actually doesn't show us straight away. My bad. But we are going to, of course, get onto this game and then check. We do receive a bid as well straight after that game for Barry Leach. I mean, he's, of course, lacking potential, and really always was since the day we got him. But I am going to reject that. I feel like we've got to get a big amount of money to sign someone different to what we have right now, because 20 million compared to 28, it's basically the same thing. I can get a similar quality player, so I think I'd rather have him as backup for that second squad. And of course, he is an academy player. As a bid in for Tommy Doyle. Okay, 11.5. He had a good game out last time, and I think I'm going to reject that, because you know what? He's a good reserve midfielder as well, which I don't think I need to replace, so he can stay. I think 20 million's enough to bring an extra player in to the squad we already have, or replace a first teamer if a first teamer leaves, as we have a bid in for Alejandro Frances from Juventus. I am going to negotiate it, of course, but if he wants to leave, fair dues. Big club coming in for our right back, so we will try and get 40 million for the Spaniard, and they've accepted it straight away. Probably could have gone higher, but I am not going to think back or look back at that. 40 million for our right back. A really solid addition in my opinion, and of course should be a mainstay in the team once he gets there, as we drop down to third before we play West Brom. Chelsea drop above us, or jump above us, which usually never happens. If they were playing West Brom, it'd be different, as we've got Dino in net for the next game, Frances probably his last game, Rodon, Fry and Kelly, Cantwell, Ventador, Pope and Brooks, with the Metcha supporting Harper, and these are in 18th. Okay, it's away, but I think we should get the result. They're playing a 5-4-1. Please don't let us down. It shouldn't be a scraped game as well, as they do let us down. We've lost the game to West Brom. Completely unexpected domination by the stats showing, as Luaza scores for them, Field as well, and Kelly the left back getting his second goal in a month, which he rarely scores, and I can't believe we haven't won. Now that is a shame, as we dropped to third. It looks like Tottenham lost as well, which is actually okay. Chelsea now firmly above us, and City just give him the title already, even though Chelsea might catch him. If it's not us in it, I don't really care. As we'll also end not by playing Leicester, but looking who we have in the next round of the FA Cup, and looking at the team still in the competition. Hopefully there's been some giant killings, of course. I'd rather avoid them than play them, as we have Rochdale. Okay, that is a superb draw. West Brom and Liverpool, of course, we've talked about that cup game earlier on. Reading Leeds is going to be decent. Man City and Chelsea, of course, is a big one right there. There's no big ones there. Spurs have Swansea, Arsenal, Stoke City, Everton still in it. It looks like have Liverpool. No, Liverpool, of course. West Brom. It looks like maybe Man United are already out. Yeah, United are out. Okay, that's giving me a bit more faith. Of course, a lot of the big teams still in there though, and of course Chelsea or City will be leaving. And we should get the result against Rochdale. I think that's the best team we could have got in this competition, as we'll play them next time, along with Frances leaving. So we have 56 million to try and sign a player in the next episode. Suggest some names below, but of course I might not see them by then with the way I upload. It's stupid, but I'll save deadline day for 2 episodes after, so you guys can get names in. As unfortunately, guys, this is the end of this episode right here. Hopefully you have enjoyed. Thank you for all the support as well on the YouTube. It has been phenomenal as we go into the Grimsby Town to Glory, back in the full swing of things, as I will see you in a bit. Like, comment, share and subscribe with the notification bell on as well. As stay safe, take care and peace.